learned some things from Dr. Joe Dispenza, Martini and Grant Cardone. You know, what have been some of the key takeaways from them that have been something you've incorporated into your legacy?
I think you know what, like I think we have different mentors for different seasons of life. So like if I go back to phase one, Coach Dane, mentors were people that were helping me stack skills that helped me solve the solution in the market that I was playing at. So at the time, I was a personal trainer and nutritionist helping people get in shape. So I needed to become an SME at programming, at nutrition and all those things. So people like Charles Poliquin and that were great mentors for that. In that area, when it comes to things like emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence, fuck no, he was a horrible mentor in any of that.
You're like, let's go into it.
In any of that space, right? But like, you know, whether it's like, you know, like Tony Robbins or Grant or like, you know, if you look at those different intelligence spectrums that I spoke about, like creative intelligence, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, quantum intelligence, I've gone to different experts. So Joe, quantum intelligence.
Yeah. Great. And that's good because you're finding mentors for each specific thing that you want to work on.
Yeah. And, you know, whereas someone like Tony, it's more like, you know, defining my purpose, you know, my why and stuff like that. I found Martini's been great for some of that stuff when I was doing his stuff back in, you know, 5-6 years ago or whenever that was, I was doing it. So I think it's like identifying your skill gaps and what season of life you're at. I think for me right now, like, you know, I have, like, if I look at just in the day-to-day with my companies and whatnot, you know, there's 130 people across my businesses.
I was going to ask that, but thank you for answering.
So there's, you know, it's 130 people at, you know, with the stuff that we're doing, we should be at 250 to 300, you know, people across our teams over the next 12 to 18 months.
Amazing.
You know, at this point in the game, like my number one rate limiter for my growth is me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's how can I set the strategic, because on that size business, I can't do. Like I can, but then I'm shooting myself in the foot. The reality is for the business now, it's like, what type of clarity am I giving the team?
Beautiful.
What type of vision are they aligned to? What type of coaching and mentoring can I provide? I spoke about this recently as like, and this is actually something that, you know, John Wooden, he's a former NCAA Division I basketball coach. So with the UCLA. And so he basically had, like over a 10-year period, like won X amount of championships and whatnot. And his big thing was like, there's no I in team. And the reality is a sports team and a company are very similar in that you as the founder or the CEO, you don't need to be the best point guard, the best center, the best forward. You need to understand enough around those areas, but you need to be the best coach.
Yeah.
And so that's where I felt phase one as a PT and nutritionist has actually allowed me to become a better leader because I was a coach before I was a leader.
Yeah.